Welcome back, 2022 NXL Lone Star Open. Matty Marshall here with Rich Telford. Also have Bo Milo from New York Extreme. We got ourselves a set right now. XFactor needs a win. They lost their first one to Diesel. Dynasty, 3 wins in a row. Can they make history? With 4 wins, it's never been done in the modern era. Dynasty definitely put 4 wins on the board in a row back in the day, but right now, as competitive as Paintball is, it would be momentous. And it looks like they're going to strike early here and take some ground. Arena going to get into the snake. Tura Andrade going to get a spin. He's going to get up to the wedge here. Dynasty playing from the red side to start things out. They are going to be losing Artemano Mayor early as he got shot in the transition, trying to get into the insert bunker snake in the snake here, bottom side of the field. Oh, Arturo gets chewed up, though, in the center.
Rainey goes and gets him. Yeah, great move by Rainey there. Urena was calling it, but couldn't get Arturo to change it. Now Mikey gets caught by Rainey as well. Rainey up there just assassinating.
Yeah, 2-pack assassination here for Rainey. Stanzik back is healthy. It's so good to see him as one of our elite players in this game. And it's really going to help out XFactor.
Catches the fill.
And be on as many points as possible.
And I believe he just got the last elimination as well. Rainey looking really, really well here. Yeah. If I was Dynasty, I'd be keying up on Rainey. Rainey.
Well, also good for XFactor is that they were able to keep Billy Bernacci. He was getting sweet spotted out a little bit snake side. He had some really good points, though, but you know, XFactor not able to put that many points on the board here against Diesel. But different. Hey, man, every single game is a different game. Got to shake that off.
I actually talked to him early and said they were open to this game because they, I think they played them 3 or 4 times the last couple events and just haven't gotten wins.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you want to be up for the game. You want to be dialed in on your opponent and be happy to be partaking in that battle, especially when there's a lot at stake. And that's kind of the whole reason we're doing this, right? If you can make it out of the bracket of death, win the tournament, what a great story you get to tell yourself and others. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of what you get out of it. You get some cool stories.
And scars.
And yeah, some scars and some busted knees. But, you know, hey, just got to pay the price of the game. So Ironmen had a couple good looks, put 3 points on the board, but Energy Elite, they were able to prevail here against the Ironmen and put the win on the board. See if the Ironmen can tighten things up. So on the breakout now as Aftermath going to go into the snake here with Frank Antetomaso going to be playing the snake, showing his versatility.
I like Joe Barrett leasing up the middle. I like the way Joe Barrett's changed his style of play from hiding in the back, crying and hoping that they win, to actually going up the middle of the field and getting into the games and kind of having some control over whether or not they win.
He played well up the middle last event.
I agree, man. Definitely
a big
shift. Mike has definitely gotten a lot more out of Joe Barrett.
That was probably the best we've ever seen Joe Barrett play. If they had gone to the finals and won the tournament, Barrett would have been in the running for the MVP.
I agree, and he never would have been in the running hiding in the back. So good job, Mike Hinman.
Ironman losing at least a body early. They were able to get a body into the snake 2, mirroring up with at least crossfield as Antetomaso also in snake 2. Antetomaso looking like he wants to go.
Yeah, for sure. And no one's in a position to stop him. He's leery of those inside shots, obviously, the tower and the wing. Someone's putting some pressure on. I can't see it. It might be the deep tower on the top side there, Matty. The second one back.
Yeah.
He might be cross-shooting and putting some pressure on that. I don't think he can stop him, but he can definitely scare him, make him think there's a guy on the inside cut shooting that gap.
Well, Treegarth trying to take some ground here on the bottom side in the Doritos. He takes the walk. Another body taking the walk, so not looking good early here for the Ironmen, as now there goes Thomas Kim off to the races, top side of the field.
Mesa getting assassinated there. Mesa not happy with Frank shooting him.
Oh, Frank was the one that I was watching Thomas go off on that top side. I didn't know if Frank put some on. Oh, it was a close,
come on,
close one, rubbing his back. Did it bounce though? It looked like, I don't know if it broke.
Well, from Mesa's standpoint, it doesn't really matter, right?
That's
you get
very
passed
true.
In the back by your buddy, you're like, oh, well, great, now I'm walking out.
Yeah, Mike
Cool.
Mesa,
Thanks,
another guy that, so Aftermath making it into the semifinals at that first event, taking 4th place, losing to Dynasty by 1, beating Houston Heat by 1 in the quarters. They went 3-1 in the prelims. Overall, a lot of close games for them, though. They had a lot of battles. You had a really good battle with Aftermath, Bo.
Yeah.
It was, unfortunately for you guys, it was a loss, but it was a loss by 1 point.
Seems to be happening a lot lately.
I was just going to say, I kind of took the words right out of my mouth, that seems to be a trend for you guys.
Another 1-point loss earlier.
You guys have some 1-point losses. You definitely like to contend
ride
with some
line.
of these top teams and ride the line. So that's something when I look at your franchise and now you get beat up by injuries yet again, stuff going on in regular life. It's been difficult, but when I see you guys hanging with a team like Aftermath and some of these other squads you've lost by a little bit, every now and then you'll beat a top team, but you guys, you just need a few things here or there, right? And the road's long out
our
here.
way.
Yeah, it's it's just I just feel for you guys because I feel like Bo, I'm sorry someone else got injured. Oh, someone else got injured too. Oh, someone can't make it. Oh, I'm sorry, but I just feel like I'm saying I'm sorry to you a lot.
Yeah. New jobs, new this, new that. And losing a couple guys. So.
Body dropping early here for Dynasty. XFactor up by 1 because of some amazing play by Rainey Stanzik up the center.
Yeah, well, I feel XFactor has a little advantage here going into this match because although Dynasty is the better of the two teams, XFactor has one match on this field, and Dynasty, this is their second point they've ever played it, right?
Yeah.
We always say that we like to have a match and then catch somebody.
For sure. Yeah, keep them catch them sleeping. You should get 3 or 4 points, right?
Yep.
Before they start to figure out what's going on. And then if they come back down 4 points, then you're not playing that well.
Well, Bowles is in a good spot right now for XFactor here on the bottom side of the field. He's at Snake 2, kind of punching his bunker a little bit, trying to draw some guns.
That's exactly what he's doing, Matty. You called it. He's trying to get them to shoot at him so that somebody else can go get that guy.
Well, here comes Blake Yarber. Blake Yarber comes through. Looks like he was able to shoot meter clean, tried to gun up on Bowles before he was taken out. And Bowles is going to get up, move to the 50-yard line here as they drop another body in front of him.
The corner.
As Dalton takes the walk.
Bowles is having a point here, Matty.
They are not looking good for Dynasty again.
Yeah, Bowles is going to have 2 or 3 kills here.
Here comes Alex Frazier. He's going to glide into D3 and try to gunfight here with Bowles.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bowles got Colt Roberts inside of him and someone else right behind him, so tough position.
Nope. Skinny Kevin Brethauer has seen enough, and he's going to concede the point. So, yeah, Frazier was still alive, MVP from the 3rd event last year. Still getting it done all these years with the masterful veteran. But Dynasty getting off to a little bit of a slow start here.
I think they need 2 more points to figure the field out, and then they're going to come back.
That's the blind layout.
Could be. But, yes, blind layout's tough. But both Blake Yarber and Marcelo have been coaching teams this morning, and Blake's team played on this field, and they were in trouble. So Blake was having to figure out a lot of stuff out there. And then Marcelo's team went 2-0, but they had to come back, I think, down 2 or 0-2 or 0-3 for a come-from-behind victory. Team out of Vegas, some former LTZ guys. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. I had Ryan and Marcelo up here. They felt like they knew this field. They've been watching all these games. Skinny Kevin has been up here all morning.
Yeah. He scouts a lot.
On the breakout now, Ironmen from the red side.
They love that. They love that inside brick, Matty.
Yeah, they're going to get Alec there. Well, those guys are making it, and it looks like body going to be peeled off here from Aftermath from that center. Actually, Aftermath losing 2 bodies.
Yeah, 3-on-4 advantage.
Oh God, and they lose either Hall. I think it was Hallberg. Not a great start in this one. It looks like the Ironmen may be able to tie it up. They have dominant field position with Keys playing against his former squad. Alex wrapping around, 50-yard line here, bottom side. Both those players here on your screen. Another body coming off. Thomas Kim taking the walk. Alec runs into a gun, though. Back center.
Yeah, back center catches him, Matty.
Yeah, but the back center got tapped out.
Oh, and look at Aftermath. Goes to that left 50, the top 50, and gets another kill on Alex.
Al Fernandez still alive. Did it devolve to a one-on-one, or is there another body out there from the Ironman that I don't see?
I think it's a one-on-one, Matty.
I think it's a one-on-one.
Wow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Al Fernandez, I got a coin for you as he gets a shot on Frank Antetomaso. So Al Fernandez, the veteran here for the Ironman, going to save the point. Initially, it looked really good for the Ironman, but whoever was in that back center was chewing bodies up, and then Frank was chewing bodies up, so able to make it close. But Al taking him down on a one-on-one. I got a red and gold coin duel coin courtesy of Hormesis and coin duel.
Little back and forth battle there. Jump into this next match. Dynasty down by 2 against XFactor. XFactor again played 1 match earlier today, so they've got a little bit more experience playing this blind layout. That experience has given them a 2-point advantage here early in the beginning against this match in Dynasty. But Dynasty's going to look to get back in this match. Looks like they have Ryan Greenspan, Archie both coming this way. That's a little bit of a change up there.
Yeah,
I don't see Yosh here. Is he here?
No, he just had his kid, and it's ridiculous.
His kid is ridiculously pretty.
Yeah, ridiculously pretty.
She's 2 days old.
Beautiful.
She's already a model. Yeah, congratulations to the Rao family. Little Ava.
Archie with the inside-out route to the God Bunker, gets in there alive. Dynasty with 5 alive. Now filling up to the center wing, using the center wing to get to the center brick. XFactor spreading across the field. Rainey filling the top tower. XFactor dropping 1 body early.
Yeah, Danner.
5-on-4 advantage here for Dynasty.
Danner taking the walk, and no one really up or out on this bottom side here in the Doritos. Arturo Andrade's in a good position center, the wedge.
Yep, Alex goes into Dorito 2 on the top side as Archie fills the snake on the bottom side.
And Archie's going to crawl directly, proper move there, right into snake 2, wrap around. Ooh, does he get a kill against his former squad?
I think he got him.
I mean, Archie Montemayor is one of the key players of putting XFactor on the map. And I think Parrish taking the walk. I don't know if Archie shot Parrish or not, but now Archie is on to XFactor's side here on your screen, number 11.
Yeah, XFactor with no offense this game at all, Matt. Just everybody sitting back, crossing it up, and that's just not how you win points on this field, at least in my opinion.
He's going to get 2 more kills. Right?
Yeah, he's going to get the corner guy. He's going to get the tower guy eventually. But, I mean, Dynasty's got 5 bodies alive, so they don't really need Archie to kill these guys. Somebody can pick up those bodies.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, XFactor has had some offense. They have a 2-point lead.
No, I'm saying in this
Oh,
point.
in this point, oh yeah, 0 offense in this point. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, the Dynasty is setting the temp. They've woken up. Archie's going off. Greenspan's right behind him.
Well, and it's like what we talked about earlier. We feel like a lot of these teams are giving the other team a chance to get back in the match by switching to defense, letting them go up a couple points, learning kind of what they need to do.
If Dynasty starts doing well, they will not do that, because when we had Ryan and Marcelo up here, they had identified also. They're like, defense. Ryan was like, defense is not working on this field. Defense doesn't really work that much anymore. Yeah, you can get into good positions and then start burning clock from Snake 2, from D3 with the wedge.
You can pull points back with defense. You can't win matches with defense anymore.
We just really haven't seen it in years. We just saw in that, dude, if you missed this last set, Damage and Infamous and Impact and Revo, my God, you really missed out. That's when you want to go back and watch. 2 come from behind victories. It was not looking good for Impact or Infamous.
It was 7-6-2 both matches.
Yeah, crazy, man. Just so I was, to Callie Rudolph, who's not here, he's got some dad duties. He's at a baseball tournament with his kid that he couldn't miss. We were so happy to have Callie back, but he was like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening. This is insane." I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably nail bite for you at home. You guys go down by 4." Oh man, yeah. So, but still, that's what's possible. It's a great field layout. It's just another great one. Just Jason Trozen just cranking out beautiful layouts. This one's kind of a little topsy-turvy weird one, though, right, Bo?
Weird. Oh, definitely, with it kind of cross match, where it's not really mirrored. It's opposite.
Joe Barrett there getting to the center 50, looking to lock down the top side of the field, Matt.
Yeah, and with Barrett and how well he played at that first event, can he summon that same spirit again? This is a perfect center if Joe can continue to play the way he was playing, very crafty, very aggressive. They do lose Mike Mesa early. Oh, but then the Ironman Warner gets chewed up. He had gotten to D4 real fast.
Yeah.
It's hard to make it that far. And then here comes Keys with the move up the center against his former squad. Trades out with Barrett. Anthony Tommaso looking for it, though, here on your screen.
Yeah, no one stops Frank, and he goes, and to me, that's what you got to do on this field. If they're stopping you, if they're shooting the gap, identify it, figure out who can put that pressure in for that guy. But if they're not stopping for it, you got to go, man.
Yeah,
Frank now in their drill should have been shooting that gap before the guy released his snake. I mean, in the snake getting caught, yeah.
Well, that player coming out of Snake 1, and here comes Frank's going to dice up the last body. And
great point there for Frank.
Frank asking for a check, though. Might have traded out. Still a lot of bodies left alive for Aftermath, so they should be able to take the lead, no problem. And Frank's alive. So he's just being careful here, making sure there's not another body that he lost in the center or on that top side.
I think Thomas Kim bounced him.
For something back.
Oh, behind the net, Nick Sloviak.
He's like
in between the NXL logos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Frankie Kim and waving at each other.
Now, Ironmen seeming to be content. I was going to say, I'm wondering why they're not conceding this point here. I mean, no big deal. A lot of time left. 10:50. It's only a 1 point lead here for Aftermath. 1 point lead still for XFactor. With 11:05 on the clock.
Let's see if XFactor can answer back. Now
that
they've awoken the dragon. See what I did there, Bo? See what I did? Because Dynasty's logo is a dragon, I tied it into the conversation.
No one's ever used that before, Rich. I might have to start saying that.
Yeah, write it down. Write it down. You can
You're
use it.
just-
You can use
you're
that anytime.
so loquacious.
Yeah, I'm trademarking that. You can't use that.
Mr. Loquacious.
Here we go. XFactor.
10 seconds.
Gotta want to press as much of an advantage as they have, right?
Well, yeah, it's tough. They're playing Dynasty, and XFactor has had a hard time with Dynasty the past year and a half.
Hey, man, everybody has, bro. Everybody has.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
That was a really weird look, but he looks like he gets caught going into the God.
Yeah, Bulls, one of the newer players here in XFactor, running an inside-out route just
was
in the
not a great
insert
line.
bunker on the Snake side, but nicely lacing him up. And Blake Yarber hunting in the center of the field. There goes Meter Ninos. He's taking the walk. No offense right now for XFactor. Dynasty with Blake Yarber in a really great position past the 50-yard line. Looks like Tom Guess is, TJ Danner's going to try to do something about it. Not able, Blake, a little chirpy out there. Blake's hyped to play this event.
Only one player
Oh,
left
it was
for
Tom,
XFactor.
okay.
Over here in the stand-up tower on the bottom side, Colt Roberts. Looks like he's got a bounce. Dynasty with 3 or 4 bodies left alive, putting a lot of pressure on Colt.
Dynasty into the 50-yard line, top side of the field. XFactor still trying to do damage control here. Colt Roberts
3-on-1.
is at the tower, yeah, and it's in a bad spot.
Dalton moves up to the 50 on the bottom side here.
And that is going to do it. So Dalton, very methodical.
No, he's lazy. That's different than methodical. It's completely different.
Dalton, top-level player for many teams over the years. Impact, Damage, Dynasty, Aftermath. He's had quite the career.
Yep.
And Marcelo Margot in on that as well, too. Going to tie this game up here at 2 with 9:51 to go. Archie getting checked out. Looks like he's good to go. Point's going to be good.
I would love to see the Dynasty squad that's together right now with Dalton, all the guys, stay healthy for like 2 seasons because, man, I don't know if anybody could beat them. You know, if they all stayed healthy and all just kept playing together and just with the squad that they've had now, nobody leaving, nobody coming in.
Picking up Archie.
Unless O wants to come in. Yeah, I mean, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, and then, you know, Oliver is flirted with the return. Got a chance to spend a couple days with him. Haven't seen him in 5 years, though we do talk. You know, he's all the way out in Bali. But, yeah, he's back in the States, and they were really trying to get him to come to this event. But if Oliver does, you know, Oliver was always a grinder. The guy played a ton of paintball. He was there every weekend at the field in his heyday. And if he is going to make a return, he's going to want to get some practices first. Like, Oliver's not just going to roll up, hey, give me some gear, let me grab a gun. Hey, kid, you sit down, I'm going to take your spot. Oliver's not going to do that. But he may return. It's to be determined.
Ironman in the bottom snake on the break. Gets the snake, too. He's wrapping to look to put in the center player for Aftermath. That's Joe Barrett. He's in that center wing looking to cut down the gap between the snake 2 and the 50 over here on the bottom side of the field.
Now Tregarthen in a good spot here, bottom side on your screen.
Joe Barrett gets put in. When Tregarthen puts him in, he's got to go. There he goes. Now he doesn't need to let Barrett come out. He needs to wrap around outside and look for kills and then come back to hunt for Barrett later when Barrett thinks he's forgotten about him.
Tregarthen at the 50-yard line. As we pan on over, see Tregarthen now shooting down the sideline. And the way that 50-yard line, it's out a little bit farther than those other bunkers.
Yeah.
Those Doritos, it's difficult to play that spot. Hallberg with a move inside.
Joe Barrett with a key kill there.
That was huge. Tregarthen taking the walk now as well. It looks like Hallberg also going to be taking the walk for Aftermath. But Ironman in a good position to fill.
See if Joe Barrett can continue to shut down this side.
Nick Hunt in a good spot here to take over the attack from Tregarthen.
I like this position for him because he's able to play that good defensive role that he likes, that he's comfortable in, but he's able to do it from an offensive position. So
you're talking about the center player?
Joe Barrett.
Oh, Barrett. Yeah. Yeah, Ironman here. Both teams have a body in Snake 2. Gunther is in pretty good, decent spot. The wedge here for the Ironman. A little bit of a longer point.
Oh. I was actually going to say that about Joe. He's basically playing the 3.
Right, from the
field.
yeah.
Looks like Frank taking the walk here for Aftermath.
That hurts.
Thomas Skim still alive, back at the can. Typically an offensive player, so things are not going well if Thomas is in defensive role.
Ironman retreating them to center there.
Yeah, Ironman with good ground. They're in D3.
It's 3-on-3,
Snake
right?
2, and no, 4 players left alive for the Ironman.
Okay.
As Kim gets out wide here, pretty crucial fill out wide there now on your screen. And attempted move by Aftermath and does produce a kill, shoots out Gunther. Kim got to be careful here. Does he know that Hunt is right in front of him? Hunt switches off, checks off on that inside, make sure no one's making a move on him. He's going to try to come out wide, get crafty here on Kim.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot because he's got Barrett on the inside and Kim on the outside, and they're both working to get him out.
Yeah, Barrett's at the wedge inside in the center. Hunt's just going back and forth, being very proactive. He's got a teammate who's going to get on over to the can, try to split on over to
That's a great move by
top
the
side.
I was just going to say he needs to get out to the outside.
Oh, Thomas Kim eats up Nick Hunt.
Yeah, if he could have stayed alive, though, his player has gotten it outside of that top side, and he could have turned that game.
And the survivability of Joe Barrett pays some dividends again for Aftermath. He was in a good offensive spot to launch, potentially, and stayed alive in all that chaos. So just a solid performance there from Thomas Kim and Joe Barrett to put a point on the board right now for Aftermath. Extend the lead slightly. So Here we go, tie ball game. San Diego Dynasty, San Diego Aftermath, Dynasty on your screen, red side of the field. And if you are just tuning in, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you missed the last set, you're going to want to go back and watch that one. That was the most entertaining set of the weekend.
We are charging double for that one, though. So.
Probably should. It was ridiculous. Come from behind victories. But right now, Dynasty trying to make history here at the Lone Star Open.
Those are good matches to go back and watch with you guys. Like, listen, this is what happens when you're down on points, right? You do this, and you do this, and you turn the game around, and now you're tied, and now you go back up. Good training video.
Yeah, so again, Dynasty getting Blake back.
Dynasty.
And he's been playing really well for him so far.
Dynasty might have lost a home player on the break, or the topside can. He's getting a check.
Big move from Blake Yarber, taking some ground in the center as both teams lose a body. No, actually looks
Penalty.
like
Yeah, penalty on
penalty.
Dynasty.
Yeah, penalty going to be assessed. So 2 bodies coming off. Marcelo Margot.
Yeah, Marcelo got shot in the leg, played with it, and got caught.
Yeah, Marcelo does not get a lot of penalties. It's uncharacteristic.
I think
As Urena is going to join Blake here at the 50 or past the 50-yard line. So Dynasty still looking good even with the penalty because of the forward progression from Yarber and Urena.
And no one's over here to do anything about Urena. There's no one even looking at him.
TJ Danner's looking at him
Yeah,
from
he
the
is now
tower.
from the cross tower, but
Look at Blake. Blake rolling the dice up in the center with a big move. Does it produce a kill? It does, and no penalty assessed. He gets a shot on Billy Bernaccia. I mean, Blake Yarber's thumb was cut off like 2 months ago. And the fact he's out here playing as well as he is, I mean, it's Blake Yarber. He's a savage. One of the World Cup MVPs for Dynasty. But just to get him back in the fold here, especially with the temporary loss of Yosh Rao.
Mike Urena's got a lot of pressure on him now. He's just staying alive, playing tight.
Body coming off is LJ Parrish. But then Urena taking the walk too, so
Dynasty.
body's getting whittled down.
Dynasty on the top side, Maddie.
Oh,
shot.
but Dalton also getting shot.
Who's that, Danner? Catching
Yeah.
him?
There's two
Well,
alive.
Colt Roberts and TJ Danner
Wow.
really clocked in here.
Yeah, they
X
did.
Factor. That was a huge point from the veteran Colt Roberts. TJ Danner finally back from the knee
Big
injury.
point, man.
Yeah, that was a huge point. It took TJ Danner a good 2 years to get back to 100%. But the reason that X Factor picked him up, man, when he had his rise on AC Dallas, he was just one of their most consistent guys. Very rarely died. Great gunfighter.
Great
That-
attitude.
That point, yeah, great attitude. Cerebral player again, but that was a good example of why it's nice to have TJ Danner on your squad.
That's why you pay TJ Danner the big bucks.
And then also, Colt Roberts out there too. So, one of the best players ever. And I mean, he's one of the best players ever to come out of the great state of Texas, which is where we are currently watching this competition contested. 7:54 to go here in this one. Aftermath up a couple over the Ironmen. Ironman on a big rebuild. I mean, Aftermath, Mike's been rebuilding his squad too. It's a little farther along. Well, much farther along considering they're sitting 4th overall.
Joe Barrett up to center 50 again. Frank gets caught going to the bottom side corner. Ironman all the way up there to the bottom Dorito, though. Ironman in a good position here. He can go forward. Shoots cross, gets Thomas Kim.
Yeah, they lose Keys though. This is one.
Wow, this is a great move.
Joe's going to get stitched
He got
up.
2. He's going to get Joe. Joe's going to be the 3rd. Yep, no idea he was there. That's 3. Who's number 4 for the Ironman?
I think that's Kaito Warner.
Kaito Warner had a
Yeah,
great.
see, this is what I'm talking about, man. We saw some
Great
flashes of goodness out of Kaito early in his career, and I was kind of talking to him in the offseason, texting him. He's saying he was going to go try out for the Ironman. I said, absolutely. Was a big fan. He's an up-and-coming guy, and I mean, that was a beautiful point from him right there.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
if no one's looking this way, one dude can really change the face of a point.
And again,
man.
it's just so much. It's tougher to do it from the Doritos on that side, but he was able to get it done. That was a big moment right now for the Ironman and a huge point for Warner. Probably going to get some spins off of that performance.
Yeah, why not, right?
Well, when you have a rebuild going on, so Nikki McGivers has rebuilt that squad, and she inherited the team from Todd, but those were a lot of Todd's guys that Todd had brought on the team, and then now she's had to rebuild the team, bring her people on, and to work within her system. But you're always kind of asking when you have a big group of people that it's like, who are going to be our core people, and that all happens about. It's all execution. Who wants it the most? Who's going to show up to practice early, stay late, and who's going to perform in the tournament? So when you have a nice point from Warner like that, it's good to see.
X Factor 5 alive. Dynasty with 5 alive. Blake Yarber up in the center, hunting. Archie Phillips from the top side corner to God. Gonna look to go from the God into the top snake.
5 alive break hasn't happened a lot.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
this is one of our longer, slower 5 alive breakouts.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of them. A few. It hasn't been an insane bloodbath on the break on these points, but typically there is a body dropping somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, Parrish is alive. TJ Danner's back out for another spin. Rainey Stanzik is in decent position. Blake Yarber, though, on your screen. It's actually mirrored up. Well, as mirrored as a position could be on this field.
With Rainey, yeah.
But now he's going to go to that 50 brick.
He's going to go get Rainey, which is going to release Archie.
And
He's got the middle right now. Look at
Yeah.
what he's looking up.
Well, and Dalton's pushing up, too. Dalton into D2.
So I'm saying he's going to go, he'll get
Over here,
Rainey,
and he's going to stay alive.
and that'll...
He's going to get
Yep.
one. He's going to get two. Blake Yarber still untouched. He's going to switch hands.
Now Archie should be easily able to go into their Dorito.
Archie's looking for it. He's having to gunfight that back center, though. But Blake with the 2-pack now here, still alive. Beautiful move by Blake Yarber.
I think Archie got caught crossed by TJ.
He's a penalty.
Oh, penalty going to be assessed here on XFactor. So Blake paying dividends yet again as the attacker up the center. Nice play, though, from Dalton. Good survivability here. Marcelo's still out there. Archie was pushing the issue in the snake on that top side of the field. So just a beautiful point here from San Diego Dynasty to tie this one up.
Yeah, that was a good move by Blake. You could see Tower was looking that way.
Yep.
Can was looking that way.
Everywhere was open in
Rainey
the middle.
was there. Came right here, shoot him, get to that tower, got 2 more kills. Can't ask for much.
I mean, Blake looks like he hasn't lost a step. I mean, the guy.
No, he lost his thumb.
Bunk, yeah.
No, yeah.
Thumb.
No, he didn't lose it. That's the thing. They sewed it back on. Yeah, and it was just such a crazy story. It wasn't. Blake did not cut his own thumb off. It was
Allegedly.
an accident with his cousin. Longer story, but he had to drive like an hour and a half to the hospital. Goes to the first hospital, and they said we're just going to cut it off. And he's like, well, let's just go to the next hospital. Has to drive another hour to another hospital, where they sew it back on. And here he is, 2 months later.
You should go back to that first hospital and be like, hey, man,
Yeah, check it out.
why are you trying to cut my thumb off, bro?
Yeah, and Blake Yarber, do not underestimate the toughness of Blake Yarber. The man is a savage.
And he's part lizard. A lot of people don't know that about him. Part lizard. Grew his thumb back. Ironman on the left. Ashmath on the right. Ironman take a decent amount of real estate on the break, Maddie.
Yeah, lots of real estate here, all the way quickly. I mean, they have the inside, that's a little mini wall. They're going to go right to the brick. They do lose the body here with Alec in shot out of the. But here comes a little counter punch from Hallberg as body coming out from the center. Yeah, it was initially looking real good for the Ironman, but Josh Hallberg had enough of that.
Well, yeah, and Joe Barrett got that first kill.
So a little combo
That's it.
of Hallberg and Joe Barrett. Hallberg looking good.
Yeah.
Barrett looking pretty good. Ironman not looking bad in this one. Some individual play here, but even though they had some really good field position there, that's just some missteps there.
Yeah, and a really good point from Aftermath.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything went well for them. Everything went poorly for the Ironman.
Yeah, it's just anytime you look up after the break and see a body at the brick alive, a body in the snake 2 alive, and a body at the wedge alive, thinking, okay, things should be going well for you.
And a bunch of numbers staring at us because he's going to pick off each one of those back.
Yeah, so. All right, tie ball game right now with about 6:39 to go. A few longer points out here, but 6 points played, about to head into the 7th. XFactor starting from the blue side. Dynasty in the blue, starting from the red side. Well, both these teams wearing blue. A little darker blue here for Dynasty, a little lighter blue for XFactor.
If you're trying to shut down Dynasty right now, who are you trying to shut down?
Blake
I think
right
it's,
now.
I think it's
center.
Blake first, and then maybe Dalton, right?
Yeah, Archie's had some good points. Dalton has been very consistent. Marcelo has been surviving back there other than the penalty. So they're going to spin Blake again. Greenspan's going to get a spin, our MVP from the last event.
Blake just shoots out Rainey across the field,
But he got shot.
but got caught. Oh, Archie got caught as well. Dynasty down one body here, 4-on-5 advantage for XFactor.
Should be, well, yeah, Archie. So three left alive for Dynasty.
Sorry.
Who took the walk for XFactor?
He shot Rainey out of the
Rainey, I think.
tower.
Rainey.
Top
Well,
tower.
that's a big kill.
Yeah.
You had the numbers right. You just
Wrong side.
one body advantage, but it was a 4.
Meter Ninos is in a really good spot here, center of the field, 50 brick for San Antonio XFactor. He's looking currently towards that top side of the field, looking at those Doritos. There's really no one for him to shoot at right now over there, though.
No, but he can lock down that side of the field, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. He also could try to lock down the snake side. Greenspan is shooting inside, though. No lead to protect for either squad.
And Dynasty's in a tough spot, caught inside the pocket here.
540. It would be a big Seeing as how it's been a while since XFactor beat Dynasty, it would be a big, and they just got mercy ruled. It would be a real big redemptive win to go 1-on-1 on the day if XFactor could pull out this game against Dynasty. And also, Dynasty has won 21 games in a row. They haven't lost a game in 3 events. Those 3 wins, undefeated. 21 wins in a row. That's insane.
No one likes to show off, Matt.
I was just talking to Arsenal about that. I'm like, when was the last time Dynasty lost?
4 events ago. On Sunday.
Crazy.
Taking 3rd. So the last time Dynasty took a loss was a year ago in the semifinals.
I'd say they're on the roll.
Yeah, a little bit.
Call them butter.
Well, they got themselves a little bit of a handful right now with XFactor. It's a tie ball game. XFactor's pressing the issue. They have really good ground, and Greenspan just took the walk. So they're going to be giving one up here to XFactor. XFactor's going to take a slight lead. We are in Texas, so we got the XFactor. We're over here in the VIP area doing our commentary, so it's going to get a little loud this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
It's a little bit more raw than usual.
Hey, it's an open, you know, trying to keep it a little light. It's going to be real fun.
I like it.
Yeah, it's great, man.
I like the vibe of these.
Old school.
Yeah.
Well, it's just cool, too, because, you know, with COVID and the changes that just had to be made to the framework of the fundamental natures of the game and how it's organized with these open tournaments and the minors, you know, last year we were getting like 6 teams showing up, 15 teams here for this one out of the 20. That's
pretty
impressive
cool. Pretty cool.
of the pro teams. So we've been seeing
140-something teams.
great. It's a great turnout. Great turnout here. Great field. I've had a good paintball day in the sense that it's been a little windy and overcast all day. So, you know, it's nice. It was
For
supposed
this
to
time of year, which is not
yeah, it
best
was
Texas.
supposed to be like 85 today, but the breeze has been saving us.
Yeah, I'm
Look
glad.
at this huge move for Joe Barrett. Wow, what a gutsy play call.
Well, I like that too because he had basically done the exact same thing every point for the last 6 points or so. So they catch him, but at least they changed it up.
Yeah, well, it didn't cost the Ironmen a body, but kind of. It was a trade out. Still, the fact that Joe Barrett, and running and gunning pretty much the entire way onto the Ironman side of the field, forcing their Snake 2 player to make a move, and that forced him to cost his body. So, Aftermath with a little bit of a punch with Barrett up the center. It's 4-on-4, 2-point lead for Aftermath, 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, and Aftermath looks like now with the posture that they have, that they're just going to kind of sit back and shoot their guns and try to eat up some of this clock, kill a body or 2 before they try to push forward. Doesn't look like they're, like Frank doesn't look like he's trying to get in that Snake too hard.
Yeah, burning clock right now. They do crawl, I believe that is Kim, up into D4, and now right into the 50 from the Doritos too. Difficult to do that.
Looks like referee's
Might have caught one though, and he did. So,
but it looks like he shot Nick first, Matty.
back and forth battle here, but playing the aggressors is Aftermath dictating the pace and the tempo of this point. Another body coming off right now.
Yeah, only one left alive for the Ironman. He's in that center wing. That's a little bit of a tough position to fight out of on both tapes.
Yeah, Clay Hughes taking the walk for the Ironman. It's going to force the concession with Hallberg. After the death of Kim, Hallberg able to clock in and move up the field. Also, Frank Antetomaso alive. I just really like the play call from Aftermath, man. Playing aggressive, big bite with Barrett up the center.
Yeah.
And then Thomas Kim from the Doritos crawling to the 50. Yeah, he died, but they were just gas pedal. Ironmen were trying to react instead of being proactive, and that was kind of the difference.
And just by changing it up, it makes it so much harder for them to scout and so much harder for the other team to be like, this is what we're definitely doing the next point based on what they are doing, you know?
Yeah. So we've got 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in this one. 1-point lead for XFactor. Can Dynasty find a way to come back and win their 22nd game in a row? Well, we're going to find out shortly. XFactor trying to spoil the run. And on the breakout, XFactor going to try to get out wide. Dynasty does shoot Billy Bernaccia, but they lose Archie Montemayor 4-on-4.
Blake up in the gut.
Yeah, Blake has been
Way better spots.
Blake's been kind of unstoppable up this center.
And he's doing something different every time, which is what I really, really like. It's so hard to predict. Like, if he goes up a different way and plays a different spot, but he's still contributing to the game, like, it's like you can put him up there every single point because no one knows what he's going to do.
Yeah,
just knows he's going to contribute.
Definitely had a bunch of different looks out there. It's been very beneficial to Dynasty's chances. But XFactor has definitely done enough to have this lead here. Oh, and they're going to get a shot in on Blake at that 50. So a huge kill here for San Antonio X. They're trying to preserve this lead. Cole Roberts glides on out from that back center. They're going to move into D2 as well.
Dynasty does get into the top 50 though, Matt.
Then Marcelo Margot is going to get shot trying to get to into D3. So Ryan Greenspan has his hands full over here with just Dalton and Greenspan.
XFactor is in good positions here.
Burning clock too.
Yeah, looking to eat up as much of this clock as they can.
Yeah, it would be ideal for XFactor to go up by 2 with 3 minutes left or so, however long it takes. The longer that this game goes, if XFactor does win this point, they have a slight high body situation here. That would be ideal. That's what they want.
Yeah, to force Dynasty to try to have to push down the field.
Oh, there was 4 bodies left alive. So Parrish was out there too. That was a great point from XFactor. Yeah, sorry, again, there's a couple spots we're blocked out from, but yeah.
And to be fair, they were hiding.
Burn the clock, man. Burn that clock.
Yeah, smart
That was
paintball.
a perfect point in situationally that needed to happen. XFactor able to burn clock, get the point on the board. Dynasty just grinding their gears here slightly. The streak is on the line. 22 wins in a row, man. I mean, if they lose this game, still that's insane. But this would be a redemptive win for XFactor because that first one did not look good. They got kind of murdered by Diesel.
I was surprised.
I was too.
I think everybody was.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be a really good match, but Diesel was pumped. They looked really focused. Again, it's the bracket of death. So Aftermath up by 3 with 5 minutes to go. Ironmen gonna risk Alec in here into Snake 2. He makes it clean. 5-on-5 break. Ooh, at least initially, but
Aftermath losing a body now too, so 4 on 4.
4 on 4. Ironman losing a body from the top side, D side. Alec gonna go right to the 50 here, bottom side. Looking at Aftermath's line, lose another body with Mike Mesa taking the walk. Ooh, but Alec gets shot out as well.
Yeah.
Trading bodies back and forth here. 3 players alive for both squads.
4:40 left in this match. Ironman down by 3. Good position on the top side of the field in that Dorito 3. Also in the center of the 50. Now attacking on the bottom side, Snake. Looks like Thomas Kim taking the walk for Aftermath. Ironman going to the bottom side. Oh, and gets caught.
Keys with trying to make a big bite here, running into a gun.
Ironman loses another player on the top side. Ironman with just 1 player left alive, pushing through the middle.
The Ironmen are running out of time, and they're running out of opportunities here. They're down by 3, so they're pushing the issue. They are running into some of the guns, but just a little bit too tough on the defense here for Aftermath. As Anton Tomaso and Hallberg.
With the finish.
Yeah, Anton Tomaso going to run in. He's going to just let the time burn off. Ironman need to concede this point. Oh, he's over it.
Okay.
Okay, Frank.
Okay.
Frank has had enough.
Wants to play more.
See if Mike smacks him when he goes in.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was Aftermath, I would like Frank to burn some of that clock off.
Yeah.
Sit there and wait.
Well, just with we just watched teams come back in the last set, so you always want to be putting your team in the most ideal situation, and the least amount of time with the biggest lead is what you want to do. So if you have an opportunity through your actions to burn clock off, you do want to do that. Still though, looking really good here. San Diego Aftermath fighting the young and hungry rebuilding Ironman squad.
20 seconds.
Looks like Archie's going to come down to the bottom side. Blake's going to go up the middle. Ryan's going to back up Archie.
10 seconds.
Dalton and Marcelo on that
Top side.
Top D side.
See where Dalton goes.
3:11 left to go.
Dalton runs and shoots out to that corner. He gets shot in the leg going out there.
XFactor loses 1 also.
4 on
4
4.
Blake Yarber though, gun dominant up and over the top, and he sees the move. Blake Yarber's going to have full commitment. Stumbles a little bit. Does he get his man? He does. Interdinios bunkered out by Blake Yarber. Blake paid the toll though.
He did. Nice grouping on that back too.
Yeah, very, very tight grouping.
Ball on ball.
Archie in the Snake 2 looking to go to the bottom Snake 50. Gunfighting across with that tower. He puts the tower in. He's looking to make that next move.
Yeah, Archie, knowing not a lot of time left, need 2 points. Archie's going to get to the 50. Did he get the crossfield kill in the center as Dynasty going to be losing another body from that D side?
Rainey gets
the
that
top
shot.
side. Oh, and another one as well. Not looking good again here for Dynasty. Probably might need to concede this point.
Yeah, Rainey's doing some work over there.
2-on-2?
Not yet. Oh, no, Greenspan's still alive. They still have
It's
RG.
2-on-2,
Yeah, it's
right?
2-on-2.
Yeah, it's 2-on-2. Yeah, can't concede yet.
But XFactor's in better spots.
Significantly better spots. Yeah.
Well, they're at the 50 on the top side. Well, there's
there's
three.
three.
There's 3 bodies
Yeah.
left alive
Okay.
for XFactor. Looking at, I believe, 2, unless there's someone in that back center or the back corner, Dorito.
Well, the longer this point goes, the better it is for XFactor, right?
Oh,
And now they should concede.
Yeah.
Should be a 3-on-1.
oh, shoots one. Good shot.
Okay, so the concession probably could have saved 30 seconds there.
Yeah.
Well, XFactor at a 3-point cushion, time left. It's their game to win right now.
Playing well.
Yeah, looking a lot
Lot
better.
better.
A lot better. So again, a little intimidating. No one would ever admit it, but we will because, we're old and broken and retired. So, gotta call it like you see it. But if you're looking at a team that you haven't beaten in a while, you just got murdered in your first game. This team's won 21 games in a row in 3 events. Yeah, that's a little intimidating on a little bit of a rebuild here for
Yeah,
XFactor.
for sure.
But they have answered the call.
Yep.
And that is what, if you're Ryan Brand, you're Alex Martinez, the leaders on that squad, that's what you want, man. That's a real big signal to yourselves, to the rest of the boys, that they're still here to play.
I guess the question now is, what happened to Dynasty? They were doing so good, and now
Yeah, maybe just XFactor being still a really good team warmed up on this field.
I think that definitely helps. That definitely helps. When you come out and you play, and then you catch
huge
someone
advantage.
on
Yeah.
the first match, it definitely helps.
Well, Kaido getting to another good spot, but he gets eaten up in D4.
I think it's 4-on-4 right now. Both teams losing one off the break.
Yeah, I like that Dynasty's gotten to the point where the bar is not whether they win events or not, it's whether they lose a match. Oh my God, what happened to the team? They've fallen apart. They lost a match, right?
Yeah, when you're like, what has happened to
Did you guys
Dynasty?
hear? They lost a match?
Like,
Yeah, they lost a match,
They're
guys.
down by 3 to XFactor. It's like, what happened to them? Well, they've won 21 games in a
lost
row.
a
That's
year and
pretty
a half.
insane.
They got super bored. Joe Barrett in the center wing, locking down the top side of the field, but they are hunting for him.
Hey, opportunities dwindling here for the Ironmen. They're down by 4. There's 3 minutes left to go. Barrett on your screen in a real good spot. Ironmen
good
losing
spot.
another body, so they lost Warner here from the bottom side. Doritos just lost another body in the center. Repositioning, trying to get some sort of penetration here. They don't really have any good field position currently. And they're going to get to the wedge to mirror up as much as you can have a mirror on this field with Barrett.
2:30 left in this match. Aftermath up by 4 points. Thomas Kim repositioning in the topside can, gets caught. Joe Barrett now getting shot out of the center. Ironman going to win this point, Matt.
Yeah, Hunt over here contributing for the Ironmen. Nikki is definitely giving a lot of people opportunities right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and like we talked about at the open of this game. Okay, well, yeah, you're on a rebuild. Who are our core guys? Every single team with their feet put to the fire will have a starting 5 or 6. Obviously, only 5 people can play, but at any given time, it's, best man up, right? And so Nikki's still trying to figure that out. When I asked her, hey, who's looking good in practice, she's like, it's kind of tough to call. We've had some contributions from a lot of people, so I could see why she's getting everyone some spins. But, at the end of the day, it's about winning ball games, right? So
100%.
they still got some work to do.
We all do, brother. We all do.
Yeah. Again, it's tough. It's very difficult out here with how competitive things are getting in the pro league.
That's what keeps it interesting, man. If it was easy, it would not be so interesting. Certainly one of the most challenging things I've ever done.
3 points, minute 44, is that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big ask here from Dynasty.
Well, and all you want to see Dynasty do is try to go out and win at that pace, right? Whatever pace they need to be at, 30 seconds.
And they're
32
losing
seconds.
Dalton. Yeah, Dynasty might be about to lose their first game in about a year. The last time they lost a game was at the second event in the semifinal.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them. They were playing really, really well for a while. And then they just hit that wall.
Yeah. Oh, they should.
Well, yeah, there's still, I was going to say, it looks like Blake was rolling up that center of the field on the attack, and now actually here comes Archie past the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
We'll still have a chance. The problem is minute and 10, need 3 to tie. Yeah, probably not going to happen.
They're going to win this point. They're going to have a minute left or, 45 seconds
Even
left.
how quick of a field it is, it's still, you can get into some good spots, like you said earlier, to slow it down somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
and
just a lot of chaos.
yeah, there's a lot of chaos out there, and yeah, you have to work these guys out of these spots. And typically in this situation, when Dynasty's on the offense right now, they've whittled XFactor down, but it still takes a good 20, 30 seconds, 45 seconds to dig them out.
Yeah.
And then they just don't have that time. So yeah, they may get this one, and it looks like they is with because Archie he's on the hunt for it, man. Great point by Archie Montemayor, one of the best to ever do it. He's immediately begging for a penalty from the ref, but probably not going to get anything. And with barely any time left, it will be XFactor most likely taking the victory. But still, and this is a great victory for XFactor to stop finally somebody. And it is fitting that it's XFactor.
Yeah.
Because Dynasty and XFactor met each other in the finals 3 times in the past year and a half. It was Dynasty every single time. And so just from a narrative perspective, it is fascinating that it ends up being XFactor and after they got mercy ruled in their first game.
Well, like I said, I did speak to Alec. I was just talking to him, and before about lunch when we were walking the field, ran into him, and who do you got in Dynasty? Yeah, we're really looking forward to that one. We
I'm dying to play those guys.
We haven't beat these guys in I think 4 matches.
Talking about Alex Martinez.
Alex Martinez.
Yeah.
4 or 5 matches, and he's just like they highlighted that one right on there. So maybe they overlooked Diesel. Who knows?
That could be it.
It could be.
Yeah,
Diesel
kind
didn't
of like a
play well
little brother, big brother situation. All of a sudden, your big brother got big enough. You're like, wow, you got pretty strong, kid. What happened?
Diesel didn't show well at the last event, so maybe they maybe they were looking forward to Dynasty, too much and looked past Diesel. It could be because they look good right now.
But what a tale of just 2 completely different games for XFactor. They looked really good against the best team in the game right now, and they just looked not great at all against Diesel.
Great move there from the Ironman player to get out to the bottom 50 there.
Yeah, again, another situation here, 3-point spread, minute 50. But the Ironmen are pushing it. They got Treegarth in here. He's at the 50-yard line. Always been a fan of Chris. Glad he's getting a spin here, finally playing some pro paintball. Always thought he was a guy that should be playing pro.
They're dying going forward. Which is
yes,
what you
they're trying to make moves. They're getting into good positions, kind of over battling a little bit still in those positions. But nonetheless, I like the play calls that Nicky's coming up with. So there are signs of life here from the Ironmen, but unless a miracle happens, they will be dropping 2 here on day 1. Well, and Bo, you always know you guys have done it a bunch. You can come back here day 2, get some wins.
Definitely. We're hoping for 2 tomorrow, so.
Yeah, you guys are going to be in the same spot. Al Fernandez tried to roll the dice up the center of the field. Barrett's going to come. He dies. He checks out Treegarth, and Treegarth is totally fine. He's had a ref on him this whole time. And here comes Keys to help out Chris. Ironman going to try to make this a little bit more respectable spread. They have 48 seconds. Should be able to do it.
Yeah, they still got one alive on the top side, too. Just now getting to 50 over there.
Still looking at that back center.
No,
and then
same as the Dynasty match. 2 points, 33 seconds-ish. So 36.
No problem.
15-second points.
Yeah, so.
Back to XFactor, though. They still have some great players. I mean, you look at Billy Bernacci,
Colt Roberts,
TJ Dan.
And I love the new pickups. I mean, Bowles is athletic. He's aggressive. I think he's got a future.
Yeah.
Well, no, Salcedo.
Oh, sorry, that's right.
Yeah, he's on Infamous now.
Yeah.
That was super recent.
Yeah.
Enough so recent that he doesn't even have his own
LJ
jersey.
Parrish. I mean,
LJ Parrish is a beast.
So you say that's starting 5 to me, and that's
you're like, oh wow,
that's
they
a
can win a
legit starting
tournament.
five.
Yeah, that starting 5 can win a tournament, no problem.
Right.
Just got to play a little time together, right?
Yeah.
Spend a little time together.
Yep. Rainey's got to get healthy. Colt's got to get back into the groove.
Yeah,
He
and
missed some time with COVID.
They've got all the weapons they need.
And the leadership, because you're not going to find better leadership in paintball than Ryan Brandon and Alex Martinez. 100%. So, yeah, they have the tools, they have the talent. It's just going to take some time.
Yep.
Or maybe not. Maybe this will be their event.
Hey.
Maybe that first loss woke them up.
I've seen that happen too.
Because if you're going to stop Dynasty on the run that they're having, well, you're playing some good paintball.
Dynasty, 4 guys to the 50.
Yeah, if you beat Dynasty, period, you have a chance to win this event.
Lake Yarbo going through the middle.
I mean, they're trying it, man. Dynasty is hyper aggressive here. The staggered attack.
You see, it's still hard to get a 15-second point on this field because of those towers.
Oh, here comes Greenspan. Greenspan comes through. He's going to put a point on the board with 4 seconds left. That's going to help the spread here. And Dynasty still has one more game to play. They will close out the day against Infamous. And Infamous just had an amazing momentum building, come from behind victory against Tampa Bay Damage.
Oh, major.
Oh, major penalty going to be assessed here. Probably
major.
On. Oh, and so Greenspan is out here pleading his case. He's ripped his pack off here, giving the referees a piece of his mind. He's trying to sell it here.
Ryan? No.
Hey, Ryan's one of the best in the business at this. You always got to plead your case.
Oh,
That's your job.
You have to do it.
so what I was saying, that took 29 seconds to
Yeah,
get this.
I'm just trying to look at his pack. Yeah, that's a good point, Bo. Moving forward, right? Like, what's the quickest amount of time you need? Or what's the quickest point you can score out here? Is it 20 seconds, 24 seconds?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ryan's holding his pack up to the stands. Doesn't feel like he got a fair shake on that one. Major penalty assessed. Yeah, I mean, Greensman has had such a – I mean, he's been a multiple-time MVP in this current run. So, I mean, he's got a lot of fans, but also you're going to draw a lot of hate when you're that good, right?
When you're winning that much.
Yeah, when you're at the top, everyone's taking shots at you.
Yep.
But still, yeah, I mean, looking at the pack, man, I saw a little something on one of those pods, but kind of tough to tell from that angle. Lots of referees out there. Called the penalty on Ryan, major penalty, and that will be the coffin nail. So the run will stop at 21 games in a row.
Still a lot.
That's still insane, man. 21 wins. Bo, can you imagine New York Extreme 21 wins?
That's.
I know you can imagine it.
I can.
I hope you guys get there one day. Be fun to see.
I was on a lacrosse team. We won 36 in a row. That's a lot. And so 21, but in paintball, there's just so many more things that can go.
So many more variables that are outside of your control.
Floaters, batteries, paint.
It
wind,
doesn't
rain,
doesn't
whatever.
surprise me that you were a lacrosse guy because you are built like an oak barrel.
But to win 21 straight matches in paintball,
that's just crazy, man.
I mean, you guys have been around paintball probably a little longer than I have.
Just
I mean,
a touch, just a little bit.
It's
It's
unheard of to me.
But XFactor, you have to give them their praise. What a great performance for them, man, to come into a situation where they got Mercy ruled their first game, they have Dynasty next, it's the worst possible situation for them to be in, but they turned it into the best possible situation.
Right.
So the Ironmen dying on their shields here,
Literally.
no pun intended.
Cousins just dicing them up in the middle there. Castro there, number 5, and Snake 2 for Aftermath.
Yeah, Barrett's still alive too.
Yeah,
this is Cousin.
2 guys went to get Barrett, and Cousin ate them both up. Here goes Joe Barrett, offensive.
Point.
There you go, Joe Barrett.
Wow, that was pretty athletic of Joe. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He jumped over the start station and hit the buzzer at the same time, landed it no problem.
Didn't even hurt himself.
Yeah, that was impressive, Joe. Looking fast out there, keeping himself in some shape. Joe's been looking good, man. He said this is the best year of his career. If he can keep this up, he will reach that elite status that he's been seeking for so long. He's been a huge weapon for Aftermath here in 2022. And there's a reason, it's tough to be on Aftermath, man. They don't suffer fools on that team. You got to be hard. You have to have a hard heart out there, man, to be a starter on that team. You got to have a smart head and a hard heart. Because
And a good chin.
You're gonna get criticized. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very difficult. But so I just have a lot of respect for Joe Barrett and everyone that's on that team. And of course, Mike Himman builds champions. That's what he does. So
Joe's a good guy. He played for us for.
He's a New York guy, right?
Yeah, from Buffalo. Been around Joe for a long time.
He's got
good
that
guy. Loves paintball.
He's got that North New York accent.
Yeah, he is pretty athletic.
Yeah. Just can't. You couldn't tell in the past because he would hide in the back.
Stay in the
man.
back. He'd be in that back.
Anybody can stand still the whole game. Yeah.
He'd be in that back temple just sitting there dumping paints.
It's trying to get his survivability up. So again, big congratulations to San Antonio XFactor ending the streak at 21 wins in a row. So finally XFactor gets one up on Dynasty. It's in the prelims. Maybe they will meet each other on Sunday. So Dynasty has some work to do. Last game this afternoon is going to be against Infamous. So we'll see if they got about an hour to figure things out. Next set coming at you, it's going to be Tampa Bay Damage AC Diesel. Edmonton Impact, what an amazing come-from-mind victory that they had against Baltimore Revo. They're going to be playing Energy Elite, who has a win against the Ironmen. That is the second to last set. And then it's Dynasty Infamous Aftermath. Revo, 2022 NXL Lone Star Open. Bo, best of luck tomorrow. And we will be right back. Stick with us.